Welcome back to Assembly Update. You can find me on Facebook or follow me on Twitter under ASM Santa Barbara, on Instagram under Assemblyman Santabarbara. I have district offices in the city of Schenectady and in the city of Amsterdam. In Amsterdam, 1170 Riverfront Center, Amsterdam, New York, 12010. I can be reached by phone there at 518-843-0227, and in the city of Schenectady at 433 State Street, Schenectady, New York, 12305. I can be reached by phone there at 518-382-2941, and as always, by email at santabarbara@assembly.state.ny.us. Welcome back to the show. Our next guest, I'm excited to have here because I do see him on social media quite a bit. We have Gene Rodriguez, who is the founder and owner of what's called Capital Region Can. Now, this is a unique business. Welcome to the show, Gene. And this is about supporting nonprofits, right, Gene? Mm-hmm. And I wanted to have you on the show because it's sort of a unique way to support nonprofits, because what you do is you collect bottles and cans. And we're excited to hear all about it.
Sure. Just want to make sure I include my partners, Melvin Rivers and Justin Belleville. We're all co-founders and co-owners, and we all collect cans and bottles equally. So we started, I would say, earlier on this year. Melvin had just completed his nonprofit management degree, and we always had this aspiration of having run a nonprofit so that we could help community organizations. They're always struggling for funding, and we just figured out, well, here's an opportunity. We'd seen it run some places before, some for-profit, and we figured let's do it this way, and add the advantage of being a mobile unit, so we could actually go and pick up receptacles, which is a service that we provide.
Now, this is something that I've seen firsthand. We were just at Central Civico not too long ago for their Summerfest, and I saw you there,
right.
And I saw the barrels. And now these are, now you said they were pickle barrels.
Yeah, they're retired pickle barrels that come in. We purchased them from the distributor, and what we do is we put the appropriate logos on it, and making sure that people know that these are recyclable receptacles. Unfortunately, sometimes at events we'll find refuse that is not a bottle or a can. So that's part of the job. We have to sift through like everything else.
And so these receptacles are sort of placed at events where people are drinking from bottles and cans.
Sure.
Instead of throwing them out, you put them in here, and it goes towards a good cause.
Exactly.
And that's a great formula, and it's great to see that this is available at events. But you also you collect besides events, you collect in other ways as well.
Sure. We are open for residential pickups. And obviously at certain companies that are out there, Combat Zone up in Lansingburg is one with a paintball. So they have 2 receptacles there. We also have other corporate nonprofit organizations like Adopt a Soldier. We constructed a bin for them. So they just put all their cans and bottles that they collect through all their their events, or people that come along and just want to make sure that the bottles that they've collected go to the Adopt a Soldier.
And you have a vehicle, a truck that collects these cans, and I know you've been at certain events and get involved. I think that says it all. This is a great way to sort of give back to the community. It's something that's sort of getting recycled anyway, and this way it goes towards a good cause. And I know you've been at several larger events where that back of that truck has been completely full. Oh, and we see it right there coming up. So that's from that's quite a few cans in there.
Yeah, that's a couple of bags. I would say those are about 50-gallon bags. That we pick up. We have one of our larger accounts is SPAC, and we were fortunate to work with them with a lot of the concerts throughout the summer. And this is a big weekend.
Yep.
They have concerts tonight, Saturday night, and Sunday night. So we're looking forward to that. They also are recipients of because they are a nonprofit, so they are also direct recipients to the benefit.
And also, you're live at 5. I know people have seen you there, and of course, people can request a location as well, which I hope people do.
Right.
And you mentioned one of the recipients. And what are some of the other people that may be involved in this? Maybe receiving some of this donated can money.
Well, like where we met at the Summerfest, that was something that was fortunately that previously I know LaDon Alomar, the executive director. So when I saw that they were having a festival, I asked her, is this something that she would like to do? And she said, oh, we would love to do that. Again, because this is a direct benefit for them, and it's something that's going to happen anyway. You're going to have cans and bottles at these events, so we want them to be able to benefit from this process, not have to deal with the handling of dirty cans and bottles and sifting through the garbage and stuff like that. So we're happy to do that for them.
Yeah, and Centro Civico is definitely, it's a worthy organization. They're doing great things in the community, and I'm glad to see that you're involved with them. They deserve a lot of credit for the work that they do. I know people can find you for more information on Capital Region Can. Your website is actually pretty easy, www.crccan.org.
Correct.
And what can we find at that website? Information about your organization.
Yep. We have the history, how we started, in addition to how to donate, how to volunteer. We do have an FAQ, questions and answers page. So anybody could get involved, whether you're one person or a company with 250 people with a nice cafeteria that's ready for us to pick up your cans and bottles.
Sure, wonderful. And you also, I know you're on LinkedIn because I see you all the time.
Yes.
You're also on Twitter and Facebook, though.
Correct.
So we can find you and follow you there and keep track of all the locations that you're at and some of the good work you're doing in the community. So again, it's a great way to support an organization that's doing great work for nonprofits. If somebody wants to volunteer, what are some of the things they can do to help out?
Like I said, they could go to our website.
Yep.
They could give us a call at 258-8523 and leave a message, and we'll get back to them so they could hear a voice. Sometimes that's what's wrong with social media. We lose a human factor about it.
Yep,
so this is good interaction.
No, that's good that you're putting the number out there. Yep, and people can call or also visit one of your locations as well at one of these events. So Gene, let me ask you. So this is something obviously you have a passion for, and what inspired you to get involved with this?
Like Melvin and I, we worked with young people, at-risk youth, and one of the things that we always saw was the lack of preparation for employment. So we were saying, if we start a nonprofit, we can hire who we want and give those opportunities where, prior to where we worked before, we were always under the auspices of another boss. So we figured the only way we could control that is to be our own boss, start our nonprofit, and give an opportunity to young people to interact. And then with our mission being giving back service to the community, I think that's a very important development tool that young people need. So if they're working and they're giving back to their community, I think it's a two-pronged approach. Yeah. And I think it serves as being a way to make a good citizen.
Yeah, and that's it's giving back is an important part, and I think when people have the opportunity to do that, it really speaks to what they want to see for their community. Yeah. And how's it going so far? I know you've just started. You see participation?
Sometimes it's stressful moments.
Yep.
We'll have to, like I say, if we're doing a concert, someone's got to bring up the truck, and all three of us have families. So I'm recently an empty nester, so I'm the one that, hey, Gene, could you do this? And I'm like, yeah, all right. But we'll drive the truck up to SPAC. Like this weekend, it's already up there because of the 3 concerts. But we'll drive up there, make sure it's not full, bring it back down, bring it to our garage where we hold it, and then we monitor there. So it's a trip for some of us and a sacrifice, but it's a commitment that we're looking forward to. It blew up because it was just so fast, where people were calling us and give me, we just got a call from Vanderheiden, which is a youth group home agency, and they're asking for 20 barrels. That's a lot of pickles.
Yeah.
So we're looking at to accommodate them with that, because they're going to use it for themselves for whatever, it's an internal fundraiser or for funding trips for the young people there and stuff like that.
So if an organization has a request like that, they can call. And do you have these available, or do you have to sort of say, all right, now we have to add this to our system?
And like I said, we're still new, so we didn't want to overextend ourselves. We knew we were doing the right thing, So we just made sure we wanted to make sure we're successful, and we want to take the baby steps.
Yeah.
But we're saying that this is a needed service and well welcomed. So I think it's something that's a win-win situation for a lot of people.
I think you know, at big events, you see a lot of these cans and bottles. They end up in, even though they can be recycled and there is a monetary value to them, they do end up in the trash anyways. And you know, people see these. I think it's a great opportunity to not throw them out, and it's an easy thing to drop it in the trash or drop it in this bin.
Correct.
So, are you finding that over time people are more aware of this, of your, you know, the black pickle barrel instead of the trash can?
Yeah, and what we want to do is when we are hosting events or our receptacles are at events, we make sure that the coordinator is announcing it on the stage. So it's something that we're working that type of relationships, and like it started working, it got better at Live at 5, but again, you still have people, like you said, throwing in it. It's convenience. It's right there. So.
Yeah, and making it available, I think, is the first step. And if there's a nonprofit that wants to get involved, what's the best way to do that?
Contact us to our website. Again, they could call the number 258-8523, and we could help them out.
And where do you see, I know this is kind of new, but where do you see this down the road? Do you see this expanding and growing? And do you see this being a regional thing, or something that's sort of expanded into different areas?
Some 501c3s already are running can redemption centers, and I think it's Mohawk Humane Society does one. They have their own volunteers, and I think they've made over $100,000 just in cans in a certain calendar year. What happens is they're using volunteers for something that we may be able to help them out, and use their volunteers to be taking care of the customers, the pets, or whatever is going on, which is their mission. And we're willing to help them out, and it's like they'll get their nickel back, and we'll just provide them the service. One less headache they have to worry about.
So there's opportunities. So for maybe this is already going on, but there's opportunities for partnership.
Oh yes, definitely. You know how many 501c3s are out there struggling, and funding from the federal government and state government is very limited. So this is another resource for them.
And you mentioned the amount of money that can be raised on this. It's a significant amount. So it's definitely worth looking into. And if you're a nonprofit or watching the show or want to get involved, I encourage you to visit the website www.crccan.org, or as always, you can call. We will certainly look for your logo on the bins at the next event. And Alive at 5, I know. And this weekend, as you said, there's some events going on. We can find you. And if there's any other questions, visit the website, give a call. Gene, I want to thank you for all the good work you're doing. This is a fantastic business, and when I heard about it, I was excited to bring you on the show to let people know. And I hope people watching get involved. And if you have cans, it's better not to throw them out and let them go towards a good use. And that's where Capital Region Can comes in.
I appreciate you giving me the opportunity to be here.
Thank you. Thank you for being on the show. Join us again here on Assembly Update, where we'll talk more about great organizations like Capital Region Can and Gene Rodriguez doing some great work in our community. Join us again here on Assembly Update.